You probably clicked on this video because you are interested in joining Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy. If so, then you are in the right place because I have gone through Digital Course Academy and I'm going to give a full breakdown of everything inside DCA. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is Digital Course Academy, what's inside the modules, what you're going to get, what to expect, what I liked and what I didn't like with Digital Course Academy, my full review and thoughts about Digital Course Academy, and lastly, some extra goodies that you can get if you decide to join Digital Course Academy. So if you want the 411 on DCA, that's a really dated reference. So if you're ready for the lowdown on Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy, then keep on watching. Now, before I get started, I do want to disclose that I am an affiliate for Digital Course Academy. And the only reason that I signed up to be an affiliate was because I liked the program. I bought the program with my own money. I went through the entire curriculum and then I launched my own course. So obviously I'm a fan. So with that out of the way, let's get to the review. So first up, what is Digital Course Academy? Very simply, Digital Course Academy is a digital course that teaches you how to create a profitable and successful digital course. It is created by Amy Porterfield, who you might know from the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast. She famously quit her corporate job with Tony Robbins to start her own online business. And after many failed attempts, she found success and she started releasing digital courses. And one course led to another course, which led to another course. So Amy obviously is an expert and knows what she's talking about. And Digital Course Academy specifically has been around for a long time. It initially started years ago as a course called Courses That Convert. And every year she's been able to add to it. And eventually she changed the name to Digital Course Academy. And so you know that every year that she re-releases it, she's taking student feedback and she's improving and making it better and better and better. Amy is a true expert at this. She's done this so many times. She knows what works and what doesn't work. So she's packaged it all together in DCA. And what I love about DCA is that it really does walk you step by step for all of the parts of launching a digital course. All the way from the beginning, from having a desire to launch a digital course to coming up with a course idea, all the way to the end where you have launched and sold your digital course. And one thing that's really important to note is that Amy only opens the doors to DCA one time per year. So with that, let's hop over to my computer and dive into DCA so you can see it for yourself. So up first is the course library. This is your home base for all of your courses. So of course, you're gonna have Digital Course Academy right here, the core DCA program, that's right there. But you also will have access to all of the different bonuses that you may have gotten depending on when you signed up. My bonuses are totally different than your bonuses, so I'm not gonna talk about those. So let's dive into the main core DCA program. So get familiar with this page because you're gonna be seeing this a lot. There's a little welcome video, and then we go into the different modules. There's 9 modules. Really, there's 7 modules to DCA. This first module is a welcome module. It's setting you up for success. Basically, like what it says here, the first one is new student orientation, how to gain instant momentum, the Digital Course Academy roadmap, and the project plan. So before you get started, she's gonna give you everything that you need to be successful. So there's calendars, there's templates, there's things to keep you on track. So make sure to do this, don't skip this. Next up is module 1. This is called the 7 key decisions. And these are really important things that you need to nail down before you move forward creating your digital course. So every module is going to have this little snapshot. It's an overview of what you're going to be learning in this module. And then depending on the modules, you're going to have a variety of lessons. So since this is the 7 key decisions, there are 7 other lessons here. For example, decision number 1, choosing your course topic. 2, getting clear on your ideal customer avatar, selecting your course type, and so on and so forth. These are super important. For example, in module 1, you've already decided your course name, what kind of course it's going to be, and you've picked a price. This is super, super cool. And it's really motivating to put those stakes in the ground. So I'm going to show you inside the lesson so you can see what they look like. Each lesson is going to have Amy on camera. So you can see this right here. Here is Amy. And then depending on the lesson, she's going to have slides that accompany it. So here are some of these slides so you can just kind of get a feel. Then if you scroll down, there's going to be some more info. There may be some links that you can click here. The download section is really, really important. Do not forget these because sometimes the downloads are even more valuable than the actual lesson because that's where your resources and your homework and your action items, your swipe files, those are all going to be located right here. Cool thing, she has a transcript for every video. You can download the audio or the video so you can take this on the go. Going into module 2, this is pre-selling and validating your course. This module is so cool because she's teaching you and you're going to, by the end of this module, you are going to pre-sell your course. She doesn't want you falling into the trap that so many course creators do where they spend all this time, weeks, months creating the course and then they launch it and crickets. Nobody buys it. So in this module, she's gonna teach you all the things that you need to do so that way you can sell it before you make it. Module 3 is the art of outlining your course. So there's definitely a strategy to creating a course. Some people have these really bloated courses that are so overwhelming. They have 100 lessons and modules and things, and you don't need that. And some people, on the other hand, have really lame courses that have like 3 lessons. They call it a day. So she's gonna teach you the process, how to outline it, and then how to cull what's working, what you don't need, so you just have the most important things for your student in your course. Module 4 is the Digital Course Academy Sales Page Blueprint. So now we're talking about selling it. So she's gonna walk you through creating your offer and then creating a sales page. And I really like lesson 7, the behind the scenes tour of a high converting sales page. So this is one of her actual sales pages, and she's gonna walk you through every single line and picture and item on the sales page and walk you through why did we put this here, why does it matter. So then after this lesson, off you go and you start creating your own sales page. And of course, she has templates that make it so easy to do. Module 5 is the profitable webinar presentation. Her methodology of digital courses, webinars are one of the key parts in order to sell it. And so you can see this digital course program is not just about creating the course. She wants you to create and sell it successfully and effectively. So you can see that nearly half the program is about selling the darn thing, and then the other half is creating the darn thing. So we have the profitable webinar framework, the golden rules of delivering a profitable webinar, how to be a pro on your live webinars. And this first lesson, she's walking you through the framework, and it's actually her webinar, which is incredible. It's amazing. So you're really learning from the master. She is giving you a masterclass on how to create a masterclass. Module 6 is crafting your email sequences. And this is really important. And you can see this is a really big lesson. And it's really important because I think emails give people a lot of anxiety. People don't think that they're copywriters or they're good writers. They don't know what to say. And with a course, there's a lot that you need to do. You can't just mention your course one time and expect to sell it. So in this module, she's walking you through the different types of emails that you need and how to create them and the strategies behind them so that way you have a successful launch and people actually buy. She has everything broken down for you. She has templates, she has swipe files. So you're not going to be starting from scratch when you're building all of these. Yes, going through this, it took a long time. It probably took me about a week to write all of my emails, but imagine if I didn't have this and I didn't even have a framework, how much longer it would take, or maybe not take, because maybe I just wrote 1 or 2 emails. So she's a master. She knows what she's doing. This is gold. Last module is module 7, recording your course. When you think of creating a digital course, this is probably what you think about. But as you can see, there is so much more to this. Once you get to this module, you have done all of the hard work. You basically are at the finish line. You just have to record your course and put it in Kajabi. So module 7 gives you some great tips on creating your course. And once you finish that, you're done. Your course is sold, it's launched, and it is out in the wild. And lastly, this final module, this is just the celebration module. This is where you can share your wins. Basically, it's their way to collect testimonials, which is really genius that it's built into the program because testimonials are one of the most important things to selling your course, and she's doing that. So you can see right here, she practices what she preaches. Her course is set up in a way that she teaches you how to do it. So it's not like she has some secret sauce behind the scenes that she's doing. No, you can see right here, the secret is right here inside Digital Course Academy. Okay, so rapid fire, we're gonna talk about these things up at the top. This resources page, this is basically additional resources for various things for different lessons. You can see this is related to your course and launching your course and selling your course, but it's not the main core part of the course. The tech library is where the nitty-gritty integration happens. So if you are really worried that you're not techie and you don't know these different things, don't worry. These videos are very detailed. The Q&A vault is basically a giant FAQ page. They have FAQs for every single one of these lessons, even things like running Facebook ads. She knows the same questions that are asked over and over and over again. So most likely the answer to those questions are right here. Next up is the support page. So if you're still not finding the help that you need, don't worry, they got you. If you need additional help, her team is just an email away. So there you have it. We left no stone unturned for what's inside DCA. So now let's talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about Digital Course Academy. So the first thing that I liked about Digital Course Academy is something that I actually hated at the beginning, and that is the 12-week live launch. So after you're in DCA, the 7 modules are dripped out over 12 weeks. And at first I hated this because I was 6 months pregnant. I wanted to launch and sell my digital course ASAP. I wanted my course out before the baby came out. So when I signed up, I didn't appreciate that I couldn't just go through the lessons like the Roadrunner in Looney Tunes. But Amy really is a master and she knows what she's doing, and it's structured this way because because it's motivating and it keeps you on track. So the next thing that I actually really love that goes along with this is the Facebook community. These two things, the way that the course is structured over this 12-week drip, along with the Facebook community that's also doing it real time with you, is incredible. This really is the 1-2 punch as to why so many people get amazing results going through this program. And another bonus about this is during those 12 weeks in the Facebook community, Amy shows up and she does Q&A multiple times per week. Not just one, not two, I think 3 or 4 times a week, she is showing up live and she is answering your questions. So if you're going through a module or you have a question or you're a little bit stuck or maybe it wasn't covered in the main curriculum, don't worry. Not only can you ask the Facebook community at any time, but you can also submit these questions and Amy will answer them live. Every few weeks, she also will do hot seats where she will bring a student on and you can ask her all of your questions. I actually was one of those hot seats last year, and just being able to speak to Amy and go through some of my fears and doubts that I was having about my launch date and whether it was going to be possible or not, it was incredibly helpful and motivating, and ultimately is one of the reasons why I got it done. All I can say about it, it's just momentum. It just helps you get from lesson to lesson to lesson, module to module, and the next thing you know, you have your online course. Another thing that I really liked that goes along with this is there are so many resources. You have PDFs, you have swipe files, you have templates that she gives you. And so you're not having to start from scratch. Amy teaches you all the principles about launching an online course and the psychology of sales and all of those things. Personally, I found these incredibly helpful, especially for things that were maybe outside of my wheelhouse, because I didn't have to start from scratch and I didn't have to go to YouTube to figure these things out. Some courses will teach you things and then you still kind of feel like,
but I don't know how to do the thing.
They're too high level. So she has high level concepts and principles that she's teaching, helping you understand the psychology of selling and how to go through a great webinar. But then she also gives you the nitty gritty how-to step-by-step on how to do that. And all of those resources and downloads are amazing. And sometimes some of these PDF resources are even bigger and more detailed than the actual lesson that you just watched. So the next thing I liked about Digital Course Academy is how granular it is. She really does take these high concepts and breaks them into bite-sized pieces that's very doable. If launching your digital course is a 1,000 piece puzzle, she doesn't say, okay, here's the pieces, go do it. No, she tells you which piece to do in what order, so that way you're not wasting time looking around trying to figure out what to do. You do this piece, then you do this piece, then this piece. Next thing you know, your course is launched. Another thing that I really loved was the tech library, and also that the tech library showed you how to do things on different platforms. Yes, there is Kajabi, which is the only platform that she talks about in Digital Course Academy, and it's because she is an affiliate of Kajabi. But as far as some of the other pieces of the puzzle, she understands that people might be using different email providers. All right, now on to the things that I didn't like about Digital Course Academy. So speaking about the tech library is not done by Amy. Now, this can be a pro or con, and I totally see why she did it this way, because Amy has grown a big team, and she's not necessarily doing the tech anymore. She's not sitting there making these different integrations. So I understand why it doesn't make sense for her to walk you through that. So this is only a dislike or a negative in the fact that if you were expecting Amy to teach you every single thing, then you might be a little bit disappointed. But the lessons are really great and the content is there and it's very easy to follow. So it's really the only thing that matters to me. So one thing that definitely is a negative about this 12-week live launch schedule is that some people do buy the course, but they can't do it right now. And you do have lifetime access to the course, but that Facebook group is only 12 weeks. At the end of the 12 weeks, the doors are closed and the group is basically shut down. And this was a huge bummer because some people, just because of life, were not able to go through the material. And so if you're not able to do it live, then you really are missing out on a lot of motivation and momentum that happens by doing it live with other people. Yes, you have access to the entire archive of the Facebook group. All of those calls are recorded. You can watch them at any time. But the day the doors closed on that, it was really sad, which just goes to show how amazing of a community this group ended up being. And the last thing that may be a negative about Digital Course Academy is that it's a commitment. It is work. This is not a course that you can just sit on your computer and you can binge and expect to have a digital course at the end of it. With every single lesson and module, you really shouldn't be going on to the next lesson unless you do the work. There are worksheets and homework that you have to do. And if you're not a fan of that and you don't want to do that, you think you can skip it and get the full result results of the program, you're probably gonna be a little bit disappointed. Because let's be honest, some of these exercises like make you think, and you have to sit and you have to work at it. So I guess with the time commitment thing, I would expect to spend at least 5 hours a week doing Digital Course Academy. Now, the way that it's broken up over 12 weeks and there's only 7 modules, there are implementation weeks that allow you to breathe, to catch up if you haven't been able to watch the lessons or do the work. So that really is good. But again, it's work. It's a lot of freaking work, but there is a big payoff at the end. And really, it's gonna be even more work if you didn't go through DCA. All right, so my overall thoughts of Digital Course Academy, I am a big fan. I've gone through a lot of digital courses where they're so pie in the sky, or you buy them and there's really nothing there. It's just fluff, or there's just not enough meat to the bone. That is not the case with Digital Course Academy. As I was going through it, yes, it was hard, and yes, there was a lot of work, but it was so encouraging, so motivating. That Facebook group with the Q&As with Amy, those are everything. There is so much genius to the 12-week live launch. But again, I think this goes to the master that Amy Porterfield is. She doesn't make her lessons super overwhelming. You're not gonna have a 30-40 minute lesson in there for the most part. It's really bite-sized. So when you see Amy on camera, she's giving you the main points, teaching you what you need to know, what to expect, what things to avoid, and then you have those resources that are gonna help supplement you and give you all of the other additional information. DCA really is a masterclass on how to launch, create a digital course. It's not only just the digital course aspect, but it's how to sell it, how to market it, how to create a sales page, how to create a webinar. There's all of these things that are a part of creating a digital course that you may not think. And I loved it because I saw results. If you follow the program and do it in the way that she tells you to, I mean, people always think they're the exceptions to the rules and they try to like, I don't need this, I can do it. You're just not gonna see as great of results. Maybe there are exceptions, but there is a reason why she just has pages of testimonials about this, because the program works. And I'll actually include a link down below to the testimonial page, because there are 141 and counting testimonials on that page. There's all these different things that you can filter it by, so you definitely will be able to find someone like you who's gone through the program and had results. And those testimonials are gold. So if you're still on the fence, definitely go check those out. So at the end of the day, would I recommend Digital Course Academy? The answer, yes. I'm an alumni of the program. I liked it so much that I became an affiliate of the program. I went through the course and it told me everything that I needed to do. I ended up launching my course just in time before baby came, and the whole program was really motivating. I made over $2,000 from my first launch. The program for DCA, it's $1,997. She also has different payment plans where you can buy it over a 6-month period. Now, if you're still on the fence about Digital Course Academy, don't worry, I got you. I am offering some exclusive bonuses for people who purchase through my link. The big one is how to use the power of YouTube to grow an audience and to sell your course through YouTube. So for more information about that and for an even more detailed review about DCA, go to morganstradling.com/DCA. So if you have any questions about DCA, let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna be responding to every single comment. I'm happy to help. And if you went through DCA, let me know your experience in the comments below. That's all I have for today, and I'll see you in DCA.